Hello there.
Hello there. All right. We got B1 Skirts already in the chat.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey guys, it's a Tuesday we got a surprise stream. Tuesday in Manila. It's a Monday night.
Tuesday.
In the Pacific Northwest. Hey guys.
Yes. Surprisingly, the sun is out just a little bit, but it's a blue sky for this being this late. 10 o'clock still.
Oh my god.
Still blue. It's that daylight savings time, man. Yeah, it's just it's bright. It's not bright, but it's you can definitely see outside still.
Because we were talking about that. I forgot when, but
yeah, I don't know how crazy it is. And like in fall, it will be dark at like 5. So it's like,
gosh.
This Kurtzl said I didn't realize it was a weekday. It's funny.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's a weekday. All right. It's. Oh man. Yeah. So. I mean, yeah, I don't blame you. Like so we were supposed to have a stream on Sunday, Saturday night your time, Derek.
Yeah.
But you know, things real life happened. You're moving.
Yes, I am moving. I'll be in the very barren room. It's dark, but there's like nothing in this room right now. It is just empty. I have one Darth Vader helmet, kind of. You maybe can see the glare. A little bit. Oh, that's kind of cool. You can kind of see the. It'd be kind of cool if the eyes are like red or something.
Grandfather.
It turns out, it starts breathing. All of a sudden, you start hearing breathing. Like, oh.
And you see it moving, and you're like, oh my god. Then you're like, oh, it's Bailey.
I know. I'm like, yes. I surrender to the dark side. Choke me, Vader. I mean, what?
Ooh. Well, it is late at night there, so I think we could go a quick song after dark. After dark.
Yeah, there we go.
Derek, my first question to you is how much leather would you want Vader Daddy to smack you with?
Oh, wow. I don't think there's enough force in the world that can limit that. I'm just kidding. Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with the amount he has on already, but I ain't opposed to more, you know.
So bad. All right. Oh, okay, I think
so dark.
For once, we actually have prep done early. So
yes.
I posted on the Instagram stories, by the way, brother. If you wanna.
Oh, awesome. Yes, let me share that.
I'll check that out. I will share it as well. Oh. Watch now. I'm going to put a sticker on it so that people watch.
There we go. Yes, I like that. Add your story.
Twitch.tv/Masson.
Posted.
Excelente.
Cool. Awesome. Oops. Went off there.
I've posted as well. Oh man.
Nice.
Okay, so spoilers today. It's all
yes,
spoilers
huge spoilers.
Because we haven't really talked about Obi-Wan so much because we were saving it for today. We wanted to do it all in one go. So that's what we're up to today. Yeah, I think that's mainly what we're talking about.
Yeah,
it's been a crazy week, man.
It is. There's I've been telling Herald off stream chat, but it's hot here, hottest days in Washington this weekend. So we have the AC or the portable AC on. We're hanging in there as much as we can. It's just hot. It's kind of like that. I hate dry heat too. I actually prefer like the Philippines like moist heat, which is kind of weird, but I just like it. Yeah, humid. Yeah, I like the humidity. I don't know why it's weird, but
I can understand it because like I experienced dry heat in Chicago, I think, and it's not good. It doesn't feel good on the lungs.
Yeah. It's just like I think the reason why I like the humid like heat is because you get kind of like wet and like at least it's kind of you get this cooling sensation a little bit, you know, despite the hot. But in the dry heat, it's just like slapping heat. It's just like hot. You're just like it feels like you're burning. It feels like you're in an oven.
And it really doesn't feel good. It doesn't. So
yeah, I guess it's comparable to like a sauna if you've been in it, like the dry sauna versus like a wet sauna. It's like exactly
it. Yeah,
it's exactly it. Yeah, it's exactly it.
Like, you'd rather be in a hot spring, the moist heat of the hot spring versus, the heat at a desert. If you've ever been one.
Yes,
right?
yes. Amen.
It's completely different. Like one is comfy and one is just abrasive.
I know, and props to all these guys in the show who just been in the desert forever.
Exactly.
Jeez, wearing like so many layers of clothes, which I will never understand, but I guess it protects you against the rays.
The sun, right? Like it's so counterintuitive to have more layers.
I should try that. I should just try that. I should go outside and just wear layers. See what happens. See what happens.
I honestly I don't know how I'd fare, because you either wear a lot of layers so you don't get direct UV exposure and burn yourself,
right?
Or you take all your clothes off, be at the mercy of the sun, but not sweat and you still sweat, but not feel uncomfy in clothes. I don't know what I'd choose. I really don't.
Yeah.
You know what I would choose? I would choose cactus juice. It's the quenchiest.
Would choose blue milk.
Oh, blue milk.
That's like, I know they have it at the Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to try that if I go there.
Yeah.
Blue
Okay.
milk, man.
So if and when I find my way in the West, because
yes,
it's looking more and more viable.
I like it.
If and when we have to take a trip together, right?
Yeah,
right?
for sure, man. For sure.
Oh
man. Let's just get like a big party and go down there.
Oh man.
Be fun, man. That'll be so fun.
Only thing I'm worried about, it's not the trip itself. It's not even the cost of a ticket. I'm worried that I won't be able to control myself, and I'd want to buy like one of the expensive lightsabers.
I know, dude. I told myself I probably have to set aside like easily $1,000. I've been wanting to buy all the hilts, all the robes, right?
Is 1,000 even enough? Is it?
It's like those movie scenes where you see people walk in on a shopping spree and they come out with like 18 bags. I feel like that would be me in Galaxy's Edge, right? Like, I don't need this, but I do.
I can't afford this, but I will.
I know, right? It's worth it. It's worth it.
Oh man! All right, Derek.
All right.
I think we should cut to the chase.
Let's cut to the chase, indeed.
I think let's get to the meat and potatoes.
Yes, potatoes.
The potatoes. Let's do it.
Potatoes. Let's do it.
We're gonna start the show, guys. We're gonna start the show. Let me hit this real quick.
All right.
Oh, Mirage Leonardo dropping in his favorite team. Let's talk about that.
Hell yes. Hell yes.
Let's do it. Hold on. Let me. I'm super down to talk about that scene as well.
I know that great, fantastic scene.
Let me turn this off. Okay, I swear I'm gonna get the intro right on the first try this time.
There we go. We got this.
All right, we go. We're going live in 3, 2, 1. Welcome everyone to the Quitsong Geekcast. I am your host. I am Herald Silvestre, and I'm welcoming you to the Quitsong Media Studio on a Tuesday afternoon here in Manila. It is Monday night, fight night in the U.S. Today we're talking about the biggest fight in the galaxy that happened the past few weeks. Obi-Wan Kenobi versus, spoiler alert, Darth Vader. Ladies and gentlemen, with me today is a man known to his grasshoppers as the sensei of humor. Put your hands together with the force. Give it up for Derek O'Brien.
Konichi, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Sensei Humor. We kind of got a toned down setup today.
Mm-hmm.
If you are the pre-show, Sensei is in the process of moving, but it kind of fits. We got the darkness, very, very Obi-Wan at the end there. And I feel like it fits. You got Vader kind of in the back there. If you guys can see it, he's kind of hiding, which I think is perfect. So, but I'm excited, man. This was obviously, you guys know how much me and Harold love Star Wars, and we're back talking about it again. We're just super excited always to talk about Star Wars news, and this was freaking Obi-Wan. I can't wait. I just can't wait to get into this, man.
Well, let's get into it then. Well, before we hop, skip, and jump into the news, or into Obi-Wan Kenobi, man. Yes. How have you been?
I've been good.
We missed our Sunday show, like we mentioned. Because,
yes, we did.
We're moving things around. Actually, I moved some stuff around as well. Cleaned a lot of things. Enriched my spaces in life. But
we could say that we went through kind of what Obi-Wan went through, right? Like, he was in a state where normalcy was a little bit different. He had to find his way back a little bit. This is just our just 1 week where things are moving around.
Mm-hmm.
Things are coming into our life, new things, aka the move, like Leia, right? And then we'll make it work, and it's gonna be back to same old.
That's right.
Right. There it is.
Three grown-ass adults can't capture us as we run through the forest.
Run through the forest. Just gotta duck under a branch, and we'll be good.
We'll never see it she went under the branch. What am I gonna do now?
It's the branch. Darn. All right.
Freaking branch.
Then tomorrow. We'll get her tomorrow. Yeah. That branch, you guys. That's force sensitive or something. I don't know.
Oh my god. Man, it's great seeing you, man. We talked about your move. We've mentioned that you're in the process of moving, not just
correct.
You're streaming things, but all your things, and you're going to be streaming from a new location moving forward. Yes. But what else have you been up to? Any cool things you've watched?
I have some good news. I think you're going to be excited about this, chat, and not just chat, but I think the Herald Silvestre is going to be a little excited. So I've came across a man known as Steed Bonnet, and I've continued the journey and finished the whole season of Our Flag Means Death. Oh, dude.
How so good is Our Flag Means Death?
Dude, it's so good. If you guys are like a pirate fan like I am, even if you're not, dude, it's
even
so
if you're
good.
not.
It's a comedy, for those wondering. The show is called Our Flag Means Death, as we said. It's on HBO Max. It was good. I was like moving stuff around. I was able to watch. Taika's in it. He's the director, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Comedy is golden. Just kind of short story. It's about a guy who makes the choice to become a pirate, and it's very hilarious. Dude, the comedy is great. It's funny. The story is pretty good too.
It really is.
Story. It takes you on a journey itself, right? Just like, I love it, man. And it's just total pirate lore, and very, stories are shared on the sea, and they'll never understand because they're not there. You don't know, right? You can try, but it's so good. I highly recommend it. I fell in love with it. Harold recommended it to me for a while, and I finally I started it, and man, it's great.
It's great. Really good. It's on HBO if you guys haven't checked it out yet. And like Derek mentioned, you see Taika Waititi there. He becomes a big factor later on. You have Rhys Darby. Am I getting it right?
I think it's Rhys Darby. Rhys Darby. Yeah.
I always get confused with Rhys Davies and Jonathan Rhys.
It seems like they're keeping a lot of the pirate thing alive. You have Blackbeard in there and stuff. It's pretty. I like it.
It's so good, and it's based on a real story, but very loosely based on a real story.
Right.
And it's such a fun romp through the 7 seas, or at least one major sea, and like you said, it takes you places that you don't expect in the whole setting of piracy and being out on in the waters, and especially through the first 2 episodes start kind of slow. I will tell you. I will be the first one to tell you.
Story building. Yeah, it's a story building episode for sure.
Right, and I was wondering if you'll be stuck in that loop of Steve Bonnet always going through
His past kind of.
His past,
type
and
deal.
that would have been so draggy. And I'm glad they did it.
Yeah,
I'm really glad.
Yeah,
they
it's
did
good.
It.
Chat, if anyone's listening, I'd say if you are thinking about it, go watch it. Especially if you love pirate things too. It ticks all the boxes. Speaking of pirate things, I thought this was kind of interesting. The moment I started watching this, I saw the Thor behind the scenes trailer, right? And I see Taika literally wearing a One Piece shirt. And it was like blurred out though. I don't know why. I think for copyright info or for
Probably.
for copyright, right? But I was like, Taika, it's a man of, I love this guy. Like, dude, and he plays like a main character in the show too. I was like, man, I love it, dude. Like, this is, and it was so funny, man. It ticked all my boxes for me. For sure.
It's an ensemble cast.
Highly recommend it. Yeah, a lot of faces, familiar faces.
A lot of familiar ones, a lot of
there.
great new ones as well.
Yes.
Okay, Derek, since we're on it, and we're talking about Our Flag Means Death, question for you. On a scale of 1 to 10...
Anchors? Flags
that mean death.
Yes,
right.
Scary cats. Sorry, cats are really scary, guys.
Dude, cats are terrifying.
Cats
On a scale of 1 to 10 severed fingers. How many would you give Our Flag Means Death's first season?
First season, I think I'd honestly give it a straight 8.5, maybe even 9. Honestly, it was so good. I loved it. It was like you said, the first, maybe the 8.5 for the first draggy stuff. But I think going into new series, especially if there's nothing backing it, like it's not from a book or it's not like Marvel or you know what I mean. You're inclined to have to sit there and you gotta try to listen to the story and see what it means. The first 2 episodes, it wasn't that bad. The episodes aren't terribly long either, so
no, they're not.
Easy 8. This is like a short segment of is it worth it? I say yes. It
Dude,
definitely is.
Oh my god.
Hoist your anchors and go set sail for this incredible voyage of a show. But how about you, man? What do you give it? Obviously you loved it to recommend it to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Like with you, I those first 2 episodes really drag it down a little bit. But when by the time you get to the end, it's so engaging, and you're invested in not just one character. You're invested in pretty much all of them. I would give it, right. You get really fun cameos from Fred Armisen and Leslie Jones. You get Pirate Leslie Jones in this, guys.
Yes.
It is so good.
Dude, you guys got. Oh, you know what? Here, I'm gonna hit you with a pirate joke here. Okay. What's a pirate's favorite letter?
Is it R?
You think it's R, but it be the C.
Hey! Yes!
Add the badoom-tis. Add the badoom-tis. Add it.
That's my guy. That's my guy right there. All right. On a scale of 1 to 10 C's, Derek, I would give Our Flag Means Death Season 1 an 8 as well.
Yes. Yeah. Easy 8 for sure. It's a great show.
Seriously, guys, brave through the first 2 episodes. Those were released simultaneously. And if you haven't seen any episodes yet, they're all out now on HBO or other methods.
Yeah. For sure.
Right. And check it out all the way through. You will not regret it. Definitely.
Is it said that there's going to be another season for sure?
Mm-hmm.
I'm praying I wouldn't think it gets canceled. It seems to be pretty good. So,
but you never know, right?
Crossed.
You never know,
right.
In Hollywood. But I would be so surprised if they don't do another season.
Especially with Taika, right? He's been doing so much lately. I feel like he's just been on a roll.
He's like Feige. Everything he's been touching recently has turned to gold.
Yeah, honestly, good for him too.
Oh yeah, for sure. So yeah, definitely, guys, check out Our Flag Means Death. Huge shout out to our buddy DZ in the chat.
Diego!
Like I mentioned, I think it was last week, me and DZ cooking stuff up. We might be watching some local pro wrestling this Sunday as well.
Hey,
seeing
nice.
what things we can cook up for.
Nice, I like that. Oh, he said R too. I'm happy that I got some of you too. Skirts will like that. I love it.
I love that joke. That's good.
It was a good one, right? It's like a little setup one, and it's good. It's I can't say it. Pirate. It's Effery. It's Effery. Effery. I can't say the real one, but it's from the show, right? Yeah. They call the pirate art a certain something. It's pretty.
Yeah. That's some real Effery. Yes.
Real effery. Yes, real effery.
He even like says it at the end too when he gets all theatrical. Guys,
Right,
check it out.
right.
Seriously.
It's great. It's great,
It's
guys.
so
It's
stupidly
great.
good.
It's really good.
Okay. Derek.
All right.
Derek,
Yes.
we got a smidge of news today. Just a teensy weensy smidgeroony. And it's, it actually all
right?
ties in.
It does, actually.
Remarkably, it does tie in. So let me lower
Not
the
just
bed
tie
music.
in, but tie-ka.
It's
Okay, that was a little bit stretch. I'll be honest. That was a stretch there.
Let's get some news.
Who likes good news? Everyone? Then good news, everyone!
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We got a little bit of news today because Taika Waititi, or as he has pronounced it, Taika Waititi, has gone on the news recently. He's been on a news tour, not just because of Thor, but also because of Buzz Lightyear, the Disney film that's come out, animated Disney film. Not grossing as much as Jurassic World, but has rated higher than Jurassic World 3 Dominion. So, that's up to you guys to figure out which one you want to watch. But yeah, Taika Waititi, Derek, has gone. He was asked a question on, I think it was Stephen Colbert asked him what his Star Wars franchise would be like. What his story in the Star Wars universe will be like. And he did a bunch of miming. He did a bunch of facial reactions.
Right.
But what he said was, he's not going to be. He wants to expand the galaxy, expand the stories that they tell in the Star Wars universe. And we talked about this last week with the Last Airbender and and the Avatar verse, and even with Star Wars. We just want more of this. We want more
we do.
stuff in universe. And it's like he listened to the Quit Stalling Geekcast, and he was like, I know what they want. And
I'm gonna listen to you guys, and we're gonna shoot that off. Get off in the distance there.
It's good.
It's good. It's good.
It's a great universe. Want to expand the galaxy? No, but I'm glad he's doing it. Right? I'm super.
Yeah,
glad.
same. I totally agree.
It's about time we
veer off.
Yeah, we Din Djarin's story in The Mandalorian is great, and it would have stood alone well, but they decided to tie in Boba Fett, and
right.
Why wouldn't?
And see, and I think
Ahsoka?
that's why it's great, because it's not like we don't have those things lined up still, right? You still have the Ahsoka show coming up. We're gonna have. I mean, I don't want to say here earlier there might be a season 2 Obi-Wan, but there could be. You never know.
Yeah.
Mando's still going. We still have those little things. You know what? Just take this new universe, start making new things. I want to see some like new age, maybe not new age. I just want to see like modern lightsaber fighting. I want to see crazy stuff, right? We've all seen fans, how crazy they get and creative. I want to see that. I want to see that in the new series.
Fans getting creative, Derek. I actually thought of a solution, or not. I don't want to say a solution because it's not. Some fans don't see it as a problem, but I would. Okay. I thought of how you could tie everything that they're doing into the very controversial sequel trilogy, and you have someone sort of like in a Louise in Ant-Man way, but maybe slightly more serious, or maybe it doesn't have to be Lego Star Warsy like Louise does, but you have someone retell the events of the sequel trilogy from their perspective.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
And
that'd
have
be
it
interesting. Yeah,
right, and have different outcomes. And it doesn't just have to be one person. You can have multiple people give their perspective of how the sequel trilogy happened. And you can tell them, "Oh, Luke Skywalker, yeah, that guy lived. I don't know the rumors about why he died or whatever, and force projecting or whatever." Like, you could have people make fun of it. You could have different endings of, "Oh yeah, Rey, yeah, I heard she died." Like, you could have many.
She's not there. She's gone.
Oh, Kylo Ren, he's off planet hopping right now. Like, you could have all these different versions and leave it up to the audience to form which one to them is canon. And then you can expand on the stories from there. If you still want Rey Scott, like if Disney still wants to get Daisy Ridley back and do these a continuation of Rey's story, but
it'd be a good way too to kind of you know, savor the sequels a little bit. Could be an interesting way to add a little life back to it, you know,
right?
Slight appreciation, you know.
And then it gives you as Disney the opportunity to bring characters like Captain Phasma back, you know, people who weren't really done justice, you know. Have General Hux have like a little side story of him actually being a badass, and then, you know, the what was it, the Last Jedi, where he turns tail and becomes a coward, or is it Revenge of what was the third one called?
Oh, the last, not the Last Jedi. It was I'm thinking of the Last Jedi too. See, you guys, we came in.
It's
Rise of Skywalker, isn't
the
it?
Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, you
okay,
have that.
For some reason, it was like, I was like, is that Rise of Skywalker?
Right.
Okay.
You have his portrayal there be one of those like possible outcomes, right? Like he wasn't actually a traitor, you know. It was just a different perspective of someone who only saw a part of it. Like, give yourself the opportunity to tell all these other stories, and I feel like that's one way you could do it. Is, you know, have multiple people throughout the galaxy tell what they have heard. Make it a game of telephone where they heard one version and then another person heard another version. You know, because I think a lot of people would love having Captain Phasma back, because we never really...
I know a lot of people in there, just great actors, man. Just I feel like didn't get a good enough spotlight, or just the bad writing kind of, you know, drew them back or held them back, I should say. Yeah. So would definitely love to see more of them if we could. You know what I mean?
And it gives you the avenue to play with the universe to the taste of these various hundreds of thousands of fans. You could take a storyline from a Reddit thread and have it be one of the ones you tell on screen.
Yeah, why not?
Like,
I feel like nowadays it's like that too, right? A lot of the fans, and they make some pretty cool stories.
Yes.
And it makes you like, you know, this would be pretty cool. It's just not even just Star Wars, just a lot of things, you know?
Exactly. And I feel like that's one way you could do it. You know, if you give me
for sure
$5-6 million, I think I could pull something off, you know?
Right? Yeah. Give us some money, guys. Come on. Come on.
An unproven talent.
Taika, you know, we love you. Just, we're here, man. Just let us know. We got you.
And that's kind of where this kind of sparks in my brain, right? Because we were just talking off air about how Taika took Thor and elevated him way beyond what we had previous to Ragnarok. Yes. And I feel like you could do that with so many of the Star Wars characters and have it still feel good and not feel like a cop-out of, they ruined my childhood, which is a valid feeling for a lot of people, as you know, the toxic ways they manifested that into bullying certain people, like Daisy Ridley, is not okay, but the feelings are still valid, and you know, you want to be 100%. Able to make that's one thing as a creator you want to do, is just make people feel better. And I think there are ways to address things where you don't have to tank an entire franchise just to appease to one or the other. And,
yeah, I totally agree, for sure, man.
So I didn't mean to go off on a tangent, because I just there's so much potential.
There's so much potential, but you know, I feel like if Taika's taking it on, I trust him, man. I know we all know he's had tie-ins with Mando, done a lot of episodes. He's worked with Dave and then John. I think he can take it in the right direction. I've no doubt with his skill, for sure.
Oh yeah, man. And
yeah, I'm just excited, if anything.
Yeah, Dave Filoni, we're in good hands.
Yeah, oh yeah, we are in great hands.
All right, Derek, why don't we talk about Obi-Wan Kenobi? Why don't we talk about what we're here for? All right, the man, yes, the myth, the legend. Let's talk about Obi-Wan Kenobi, the show.
Yes, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Holy spoiler alert!
That's right, spoilers abound, familia. It's time to talk about Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yes. You know what? I think we should start off with, since Mirage said that his favorite scene, right? Yes. I think that'd be a good idea to start off. Yes. And just to read that back, he did say that was the best scene for him, was when Obi-Wan sliced Vader's helmet off. The face was Vader, and the other half was disfigured Anakin, with the voice changer being all distorted. You know, this is really funny, because this is also my favorite moment in that last scene, because you get James's voice right? When he says like Obi-Wan,
James Earl
and
Jones,
then you have
yes.
Anakin. Yeah, then you have Hayden's voice also in between. I thought they did that. It was so like chillingly cool, you know, like I got goosebumps all over. I was like, oh baby, do it again. And he's like, you didn't kill me. And it was like Obi-Wan. I was like, oh my god, dude, that was so cool. Just those little, like that. I mean, just that little thing that made that whole scene so powerful and like emotional and just, dude, I agree, Mirage, great scene. And I want to hear everyone else in chat, like if you guys have a favorite scene. If it's not from that episode, let us know, because there was a lot of good scenes in the series, I'll tell you that.
So
especially
many
with Daddy
good
Vader.
scenes,
So
man. So while we're
Daddy
on
Darth
that,
Vader.
I got a lot of thoughts on that scene specifically. Okay.
oh yes, I can't wait.
But we're on it already, so we might as well talk about it.
Let's do it.
Because, you know, I spent 50% of the time watching this entire season, this entire series, if it doesn't go beyond the first season, in fear that they would ruin Vader's A New Hope line.
Oh,
And if
yes.
you guys don't know the line, I'm gonna quote it for you, and it's Vader talking to Obi-Wan on the Death Star, saying the circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner, but now I am the master.
And I added that in there too for some like dramatic
right,
effect.
Right.
Yes.
I was worried because that is such an iconic line for the story
It
of
is,
Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. That is what they built most. That and the dialogue that we'll talk about later with Luke and you know, wondering about his dad. You know, which is another thing I was worried about. You know, those two lines of Obi-Wan saying like a young Jedi named Darth Vader killed your father. And you know, those lines were the ones I was worried about the most. And somehow, Derek, they managed to tie it all together with that climactic
They did a really
battle,
good job.
right? And honestly, the last few minutes of Obi-Wan Kenobi, the series, were better than all first 5 episodes.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Right?
And I like what you said, kind of going off that. It's not even, if you just take not even the last episode, but episode 5, right, was literally the like mirroring of him teaching his Padawan Anakin a lesson, right? And in that same thing, he taught him a lesson again. So it was all tying in. You know, it's like he's teaching him, don't just take things as it is. You know, don't just see it for something. You gotta like see it through fully, or you know, don't be arrogant. And then I just love that. They definitely did a great job in keeping up with the source material, I guess. I know there's been a lot of kind of going on that line itself about Leia, right? A lot of people were like, it doesn't make sense. Like, they better, like, I've been hearing a lot, they should mind wipe her at the end, right? Because she shouldn't know Obi-Wan. Yeah. But I'm like, you know what? Okay, I was like, I'm not gonna, they might have a point, but let me be the smart individual. Let me watch 4. Okay, I turned it on, listened to the message about Obi-Wan's my only hope, and there's definitely nothing in there that specifically states that she did not know him beforehand. I mean, it's like, you know, I was like, and it's like they did fine, they did good. Yeah. Like everything was good, they did it well. And okay, since we're talking about Leia, she was how old? 4, 5, 6? Yeah.
How many memories of the people you met when you were that old do you still have? Seriously, right? Like,
I mean, and plus, it's just not even that. The fact that, you know, they were keeping it secretive, you know, at that young of an age, you're keeping it a secret. Eventually, you're a princess, you're doing all these duties, and you're gonna like, maybe forget about it. But even then, it's not like that message didn't say, like, I don't know who you are. Yeah. You know, like, it wasn't also, nothing like that. So,
dude, her ship is being boarded as she's recording this. She doesn't have time to be like, hey, remember that one time you saved me from human trafficking back when I was like
remember
6?
When I hated you and I like fell off the roof and then I called your name?
You're my only hope. Like that. No,
so come on, get me. Yeah. No, exactly. They did it fine, everybody.
I think
really did it fine.
Personally, I feel like they did.
Yeah, same.
There's only so much
not everyone
will
agree.
Right?
Yeah.
Going back to Mirage Leonardo's favorite scene, you know, the half sliced off helmet where you could see Hayden Christensen's face. The light, like Reddit has made a huge thread about people praising that one scene where the light changes. It goes blue.
The light. Oh
and
my
red.
god, I know.
You see his eyes go deeper into the Sith, like yellow and red and all that stuff.
Yeah, when he was talking like as Anakin, it was like a little blue and red mix. But then when he's like, "I killed Anakin," it just started turning red. I was like, "Oh yeah, I totally agree, man. They did that well."
Their cinematographer, their VFX person, their sound designer, everyone involved, not just in the series, but in that one scene, man. It's so easy to mess that up. It's so easy to mess up something that should be so impactful, and they nailed it. That was such a great, not just fight scene, but the lines made that scene more than just they're fighting with lightsabers, which is what everyone wants, but they added weight to it. And
they did, and I think that's the important thing, right? I think this is the first Disney Plus show, I could be wrong, but these are two huge main characters in a show, right? And you have to like be so careful because you can't make it seem like show. Like, I know their original plan was to make this a movie, but then they decided to do a show instead, from what I've read.
Yeah, I think it's the right movie.
Which I think is right direction for sure. And especially at the end, when you get all the feelings, the emotions, just those little cinematography, right? Those little things, they did so good, man. The ending was great. It was great end of it. Yeah.
All right. So since we're still on the ending, since we're talking about the finale, Beru and Owen, how gangster are those two?
I know, man. They were just like, and you know what's funny is like, I like how he had, I think Owen at the end, he had like a little limp, right? From like falling down.
Oh,
he like held his knee. Yeah. And I know Owen in the fourth one kind of had a little old kind of,
he was hobbling.
Like as the old, you're older. And I don't know if that was like a nod to that, but I thought that was pretty cool. Like,
I'm pretty sure it's a nod to it.
He held his knee and I was like, oh, and then when he met Obi-Wan at the end, he kind of did have a little limp, like just like that. So I was like, oh, that sounds pretty cool. But yeah, man, that was interesting too, right? It's like Luke's kind of got a little taste of a young Luke, got a little taste of people going after him,
Yeah.
So
which he probably just like as a kid, he probably just remembers it as, oh yeah, a sand person raid happened, like
right. And exactly. I mean, you live on Tatooine, where Jabba the Hutt's the crime lord, and I'm pretty sure he's seen a lot worse. And and it's not like he doesn't know who Ben is. Like that was also another thing that people were upset that I've read, that he met Obi-Wan met him. Like, no, he knew who Ben was, like when he first, he's like, oh yeah, Ben, he lives out in the canyon, he's kind of like his old hermit. Yeah, no one really knows what he's doing. It's like,
which is
a weird dude.
It's so fitting, right? Because of course, of course that'd be the case.
Like, just like, I don't know that guy. This is a weird old guy over there.
And speaking of weird old guy, and meeting Luke, man, he said it. He said the thing. He said the thing.
He said hello there.
People were saying he should have said it in an earlier episode. I think this is the perfect moment.
This was us in low-key when we just wanted Owen Wilson to say, wow, right? But it didn't happen. But we get Ewan. It just did it. Thank you guys. Thank you for the hello there. That's all we wanted.
That was really good fan service. And we're
really
talking about Ewan McGregor and delivering lines. I want to get your thoughts on this, man, because for me, again, us growing up on the original trilogy, I noticed, I picked up on Ewan McGregor transitioning between his Obi-Wan, which was a tribute, which was supposed to mimic a younger version of Alec Guinness's Obi-Wan.
Alec Guinness, yeah.
I'm noticing him transitioning between the younger and older grizzled way of talking that Alec Guinness does, and I'm pretty sure that's on purpose because he's just that good of an actor.
No, right. And that's why I respect him so much, man. Like, I've seen interviews and he said, like, they kind of asked him, when you got back into the role, what was your first thought? And he goes, honestly, first thing I did was pop in the original series and started watching Alec Guinness act, and to see his little mannerisms he did with like the beard curl with his finger. Dude, he's just like, Ewan is just masterclass, man. I respect him so much for like literally trying to embody another character's like acting. You know what I mean? Like that's just, it's great. And he did it really well. And you can kind of, even the phrases and the way he talks about things, he kind of looks off to the side and is talking is very Alec Guinness, right? He was like, oh man. Dude,
it really is amazing.
So amazing.
What he does with the character, and you know, it's like with any Star Wars thing, his acting is playing inside this little sandbox that Alec Guinness put before him, and he crushed it. And
he really did.
Yeah, I enjoyed seeing him more than I thought I would. I'm gonna admit, I thought, like with, you know, spending half the time wondering if they'd ruin any of the existing canon from the original trilogy, I was like, oh, please don't do anything bad. Please don't. You know,
yeah.
I'm left satisfied. I'm happy.
Same. Yeah, same. I'm happy too. I think there's a lot of things that, you know, like the chasing scene that was a little bit questionable, but you know, that was easy to not really stick to. You know, those aren't the important things. So yeah. And I gotta say, and just kind of going back, I was very, very happy to see the Grand Inquisitor come back, because that was a question that was definitely bothering me, because I do know, and for those who watched. Yes, for those who watched the Rebel series, he was the main antagonist in the series.
For season.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So it's just like, he's dead. In the, like, I think it was the second episode he died. Quote unquote died. And then I was like, oh man, I should have known the hate of the dark side can keep anyone alive, right? I should have known. What is the stab gonna do? Yeah, right. I mean, we got Darth Maul in half. You know, we had Anakin's limbs taken. I should have known. He was fine.
It was merely a flesh wound compared to what Anakin went through.
Yeah, I know. The dark side, I guess we really don't understand the dark side of the Force. The powers of the dark side of the Force, guys, because hate is the way to heal everything.
And this is the first time we've seen a lot of these other dark side Force users right next to Darth Vader. You know, we're used to seeing them... you know, off on their own side missions, like in Rebels. We're used to seeing them do their own thing and kind of work in the shadows, even as far back as the Clone Wars with Asajj Ventress, you know. But seeing them side by side with Darth Vader, Vader knowing that there's this sect of Inquisitors and people who are out hunting Jedi for him and with him, it's cool to have everything again start to tie in.
Right.
My question, Derek, I don't know if you felt the same way.
Okay.
Going back to that fight scene in the finale, why did Obi-Wan Kenobi leave Anakin alive again?
Yeah.
Why does he? I mean,
that was interesting.
Right. Narratively, of course, he has to, because A New Hope has to happen and all that stuff.
Right.
Dude, this is the second time. You could have just saved the galaxy.
Yeah, and he did it.
Like, come on, man, finish it.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Like, I was wondering, there's got to be a way you had him on the ropes there, and again,
you know, he's killing Jedi. You know, he's hunting them down.
Yeah.
Or is it a case of
maybe that little moment they had, he felt that there could have been it's a possibility to return, and maybe he put the faith in this kid. I don't know. It's hard to say.
It really is.
It is really tough, man. And you know, it is interesting though. Yeah, like, why did he leave him there? You know, it was his last mercy. You know, because the next time you see him, or I don't know if it's the next time if there's another season, but the next time he theoretically sees him, he just gets hit on purpose and dies. So.
Yeah, right. So like, could it have been like the devil you know is better than the devil you don't? Like, he'd rather have Vader going around than Inquisitors he barely knows.
You know, like, I think we can chalk this up to the grand quote of Star Wars is the Force works in mysterious ways.
Oh gosh.
But you know what? I kind of want to go back to that scene too, anyways, because you know the scene where Anakin explains, "I killed Anakin." He goes, "It wasn't you, Obi-Wan. It was me. I killed Anakin."
I like that.
And I like that a lot too, because I feel like that's not only fan service to the people watching from the series, but it's also fan service to the comics, because I want to say this might have been Vader Down series. I could be completely wrong, but there were the series, and I read where Vader, like the first couple months of being Vader, or maybe even the first year, he was conflicted. Like, you know, like he questioned, like, what is he really, should he be doing this? And I remember he went, I can't remember the exact cave, but he went to this cave and he kind of it might have been one of those like Sith temples or Jedi temples, right? And it just really messed with his head. You know, it's really getting to him. Like, is this really who I want to be? And he right then and there he was like crying and was just like, I should be doing this. But then he finally decided, no, I'm gonna kill Anakin off here, and he left him like behind. So I was like, that was really a great nod to the people that read the fiction too. I felt like that scene, I remember reading that, and it was like a very powerful scene. The art was great. It was just him kind of conflicted and really like, no, I shouldn't do that. I should go back. I should restore the peace into the world. And and he's like, nope. And then he just took over, and he's like, no. He's like, nope. And he killed it all. So that was pretty cool. And it's a powerful scene, man. Honestly, it really was a powerful scene.
Oh yeah, it really was. Can I circle back to Beru and Owen real quick?
Yes.
Because
let's circle back to the fights.
Seeing how they fought fiercely in this episode, like okay, first of all, props to Joel Edgerton, because that guy just is such an amazing actor as well. We're talking about Ewan McGregor being amazing. Joel Edgerton gave Owen Lars depth.
yeah, right.
Holy
a character
crap.
that didn't have that much, if any at all, right? In the other series, it was great.
And Beru is a badass.
Yeah.
You know, those two threw down when the troopers showed up looking for the droids. You know, they took a couple of troopers with them before they
definitely did. This isn't their first rodeo for sure,
right? And I feel like that's the reason why they got torched to the bone.
Yeah,
is because they probably were a hassle for the troopers when they showed up. You know.
Yeah.
So.
For sure, man. They had to put up a good fight, right? For sure.
It's crazy. I like how the series filled in some gaps on why Leia would feel enough for Ben, that Ben would be a fitting name for her son, you know, beyond the minimal interaction they had on screen, and probably Luke just always waxing poetic about this old guy that turned out to be an amazing Jedi Master. You know, okay, so Leia actually has some connection to him, and there's a reasoning for her naming Kylo Ren Ben. The other thing I really liked about this, Derek, is how they portrayed Leia as an adopted daughter.
Yeah, she was aware, right?
They you're wondering why this series is called Obi-Wan Kenobi, even though they kind of flesh out Leia a bit more in her story. It was played really dragged out, even though it was such a quick scene where, you know, she has family who want power that her family has, her father and her mother, and they're trying to take that and they're trying to play on her being adopted and trying to tap into that insecurity, which makes her even more of a badass. And kind of define, like, she shows what defines her as Padme's daughter and all of that stuff.
Good
Obi-Wan
scene too, man, when he's telling her the traits of like, oh, that's so sad. It's
Obi-Wan
like
talked
made
about
me
how,
tear up a little bit, man. Yeah,
right? Like, they fill in all those gaps. They fill in all of that.
They
where
do.
You are your mother and father's daughter. I see both of them in you. They do that. But you know what gap I didn't realize they filled until later on was the power of the name. The cousin tells her she's not an Organa, but the parents assure her that it's beyond blood, and they filled in that gap on why Rey keeps looking for a parent, keeps looking for people who care for her, and why she would take on the name Skywalker and why it should be accepted.
Oh, I did not see that. Okay.
Right? It's more than just, her taking on a very famous and infamous name. It's her finding purpose in that name. It's her finding a connection. And I'm waxing poetic. Yes, they might not have actually intended that. Oh my God. But,
right.
But for me personally,
they're listening now. They're like, oh yeah, you know what? Let's just say that, guys. Yeah, that's good. Chalk it
right?
that.
but for me personally, you know, I saw that thread and I started pulling on it, and I was like, as someone who kind of cringed when she called herself Rey Skywalker at first, I'm kind of enjoying it a bit more now.
Yeah. I agree, man.
Well, and again, that's just me.
No, yeah, and I think aside from just like that and her really like owning that name, right? And it's not even, she never ever changes it. She never goes by Leia Skywalker ever.
Oh yeah,
Ever. She's
she
always
just goes by Leia
Organa.
Organa.
Always Leia Organa. Yeah.
Yeah, not even Solo.
Like that. Yeah, right. It's just always been like that. She's very proud of that name and that family that or that house, how she was raised, right? And it was poetic, man. It's like she knew that the people raising her were right people, and then they were great. And I honestly think, I mean, I guess that turns to my question to you is, do you think they might do a Leia spinoff as a kid? Because I mean, I feel like, man, that kid actress is pretty good. I don't know if they might. Yeah, she was very good, and I'm surprised. I would be surprised if they didn't do maybe, you know, a little something here and there of Leia. I feel like, you know, they're cleaning up stuff. I feel like they're being subtle about it, but they're cleaning up stuff, right? And I know we all know that scene in episode 8 when Leia pulled herself into the cockpit with the Force. It was very weird.
You mean she farted through the space?
Yeah, she farted through space and went back. And I feel like they might try to show little moments of her. You know, I mean, I will say I've read stuff with Leia doing things, but it was never to that crazy extent like that. Like she would just feel things, and you know. But I don't know.
I don't know what I would want. Kathleen Kennedy went out recently, by the way, and said that she doesn't want younger actors portraying established characters, and it annoyed me more than I think I wanted it to, because if you didn't do that, you wouldn't get Obi-Wan, Ewan McGregor, because she used the example of what's his name as Han Solo, and that movie. But you know, don't look at that. Look at how good Ewan McGregor did. Look at how good Anakin Skywalker himself, freaking Hayden Christensen, did.
Yeah, dude, Hayden is great. And I think a lot of people don't know this. It was actually Hayden in the suit the whole series. So
I mean, not the whole series. They had 3 people in the suit.
Like the stunt double, yeah. But he was I'm gonna say like he was in there a lot. And
he put the work in.
Yeah, he put the work in. Yeah, exactly what I was getting to. And gotta respect that, man. I know we didn't get a lot of face value with Hayden. We got some flashbacks and the youngling flashback a little bit, but gotta give it to Hayden too, man. I just feel so bad for like how he went through so much stuff back in the day. Dude, it was like, you know, there are people who really respect you, man. And he did a great job, fantastic job. And yeah, it's great. This is a great. They just did the series so well. He played Vader great, man.
Yeah. So going back to your question, you know, if with the Leia spinoff, man, I would want it, but I think what I would want more is getting Luke and Leia in their prime years, even if it's animated.
Oh yeah, I would like that too. Right? That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I think like we got a little snippet right in, was that 9 when they showed Leia and Luke dueling? I would love to see stuff like that. Yeah, like, that'd be pretty cool. Make
it CG. I don't care. Like at this point, I'm as much as I wanted the young Luke series, which we're getting our appetite a little bit tempered by The Mandalorian. That's great.
Yes.
But yeah, give us Luke and Leia in their prime. You know, we got a taste of Vader pulling a ship down with just his force powers. I want to see Luke do something crazier, like Star Killer levels of crazy.
Yeah, I know. God, that scene was just. Oh God, that scene was so good, man.
Because we know they're strong. I want to see the limit of the Force. We're getting all these tempered, grounded ways of showing the Force, which is fantastic. You know, the most we've seen at this point is Vader and Palpatine hurling rocks and chairs at Jedi. You know,
right. I want it. Yeah, exactly. I think I'm happy to see Vader's potential being tapped into a little bit here.
Yeah.
Right. Like, you know, I know I mentioned the Leia spinoff, but I would like a Vader spinoff. Honestly, like Vader's done. There's so many like side stories with Vader, and even with him and Luke, like just little things like you could do so much wonders, and I would just love to see more Hayden, you know, and you can.
While we have James Earl Jones still kicking around.
Yes, dude. Oh, God, that's just another thing too, man. James, we know you're listening. All right, let's be honest. James, we love you, man. Dude, I'm so happy that they got him back. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know there's fantastic Vader voiceovers out there because there were some games I was surprised it wasn't James. Let me tell you, right? But yeah, man, it was such nice to hear James. Oh man, so good. Nothing beats the original. Yeah,
it's all so good. And I think the volume of Star Wars content we're getting now, just like the volume of Marvel stuff we're getting now, it's proving what I was feeling when Disney acquired the property correct, which I didn't feel. I didn't feel as strongly when the sequel trilogy happened, which is more Star Wars will always be better than no more Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly.
As shaky as the sequel trilogy was.
Exactly. I was gonna say that too. Yeah. So see, and that's why I also kind of going back to what we were saying about Taika. I love that they do more. You know, give us more like possibilities and opportunities to just have get more games out there. You know, more conventions, more celebrations. You know, let's open the world up even more.
Heck yeah. Oh man, and give young storytellers, people who grew up on Star Wars, a crack at, you know, telling a Star Wars story that doesn't limit them. Okay, Derek, I might live to regret this.
Oh,
but give Rian Johnson a chance to tell a Star Wars story that isn't a Skywalker story.
Yeah, I can agree with that statement. I can agree with that, and like I said, I know. We all know they did a really bad job with the sequels, but I think what they were trying to do was try to add their own style onto something that was already existing that wasn't even broken.
No,
you know, you don't do that. He could probably definitely do very good. So, sure. Yeah. I'm sure they also asked for input. I wouldn't doubt it. You know, if they.
I'm gonna be honest, man. The only person I'd trust with the sequel trilogy now would be Taika Waititi.
Yeah, Taika, Dave, or John. Honestly, any of those three. Yeah, any of those three.
Oh,
I'm on board.
Maybe the Russo brothers. They play with toys really well. You know, they play with existing worlds really well.
That's true. Brothers. Yeah, that is very true. Yeah. And I think we all have faith, and it seems like too. You know, the good thing is that even if it's not, I feel like the people who are doing the franchises are in a close knit circle. You know, so I hope they kind of talk to each other like in times that, you know, like, no, don't do that. Like, you know,
I hope they're supportive of each other. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's what I'm saying too. And if I'm not mistaken, Deborah Chow was the director of this series. Yes. And she was on Mando with a lot of the like with Dave and John and Taika, like they all see what I'm saying? Like all of them together, they can just they could world build the hell out of Star Wars. And just, I'm so for it, man. They're so good. Just
you're not limited to X amount of superheroes. You know, you're not limited to So tell all those stories.
Exactly. Tell all the stories, please.
Before we give our ratings, Derek, I got a couple of questions to throw your way, brother.
Throw them at me, like Obi-Wan threw those rocks.
Oh. Question number 1: if there was or if there will be a season 2, who do you think Obi-Wan should interact with that we haven't seen him interact with yet?
Oh, damn. I was going to say Darth Maul. You beat me to it a little bit. Oh, let's see. We haven't seen him. Ahsoka. No. Well, did we count Clone Wars, though, and stuff? No, I guess the Darth Maul would be.
No. Okay. That we haven't seen him interact with in live action yet.
Oh, maybe I would say Darth Maul then. No, because I think the last time they see each other, he kind of So
the way it's played out right now, it's good. You'd want to see him with Ahsoka.
I think Ahsoka or any of the possible Jedi that let Grogu live. I would love to know who this Jedi was that saved Grogu that we don't know of, right? Like, I want to know maybe did Obi-Wan, you know, that'd be kind of cool to see some interaction there and to kind of get more backstory on Grogu and build that too. That'd be cool. But if I had to choose one, Ahsoka, just because we all love Ahsoka. And I feel like not a lot of people watch Clone Wars, right? Or have watched, and it would be nice to have other things that can bring people into
Yeah.
like, oh, I like Ahsoka here. I want to see, back here when everyone hated her. Dave, I think, did that on purpose, but that's just another tangent we can talk about another time. But it's just like reflipping it and making us love her. But anyways, Ahsoka for sure, man.
Okay. They could do this because I know they're planning stuff with Reva, right? We didn't actually talk about Reva a lot today, but Reva was good too. I'd want to see. I don't know if you're familiar with him. You probably are. Jedi Master Quinlan Vos, who they mentioned in this series.
Yes,
Because that dude is okay. Similar to Boba Fett, that dude looks badass. He just looks.
He does.
badass.
He does look badass.
Right?
He does look badass. I think he was. They hinted too that he was in. What episode was that? There's episode
3 or 4.
Yeah. He was like in the back, kind of sitting down somewhere, right? Like,
and he
you
sees
see with the face paint.
Yeah.
The undeniable face paint. That's his yellow stripe across his face.
And he's like, Master Quinlan Vos was here. Like, let's see.
Yeah.
See. And no one knows who he is outside of
pick.
people who know the EU, right? The expanded universe. So I would love to see Quinlan Vos. Okay, Kevin just nailed it on the head too. I want to see live action Cal Kestis.
Cal Kestis, yeah, that'd be pretty good. And they have the actor, right? Like, why not? Like, just get him to do that. Yeah, the game. If you guys haven't played, also, the Fallen Order is very good. It's very good.
Dude,
but yes, Cal Kestis would be awesome too, because he obviously has run-ins with Vader, so you do know it's around the time where Obi-Wan is still thriving.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I might imagine.
I hope so.
And I don't know what else we got from Silveria. I might be saying that wrong. I apologize. I am.
Silverira.
Admiral Thrawn, yes. And we were both so. What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Is it tickled? A little teased in Mando, right? When they mentioned his name. And I was like, oh, are they gonna show him? It is like, is Ezra alive? Ezra would be a good. No, dude. I don't think that's not the same time. No, so you definitely wouldn't have met. But
no, because we're getting Thrawn. I'm assuming because we're getting. We're getting Sabine in the Ahsoka series, and we know that they went looking for Ezra and in part Thrawn as well. So I want to see how that plays out there, but. The thought of Thrawn interacting with Obi-Wan would be interesting because I don't think Obi-Wan is in any state to fight an admiral with this level of tactical nuance and wit. We saw how methodical Thrawn is in Rebels. We got a little taste of that, and it's definitely not as good as. He still can be. Thrawn has so much potential to be so much more fearsome.
So much more fierce, for sure. That'd be pretty good. I want to say honestly, guys, there's so many good like side stuff too with other Jedi. And like Jedi that have escaped. I feel like there's so many of those stories we hear about. Like, there's so many Jedi. Not everyone should have died. There's definitely some out in the outskirts or the outer rim, and seeing those two would be awesome, man. Just like we were saying, just more Star Wars is never bad.
Yeah.
As long as it's written by the right people.
I want. Okay. I got another question for you. Okay. I would actually want to see if we're gonna get a season 2. Mm-hmm. I'd want to see Obi-Wan kind of like visit Dex somehow in like an outer rim planet. Just have like a little meetup. Just have like a little bit of meetup with him and being like, I'm sorry you had to go through all this. Yeah, like.
Yeah, I would like that too. That'd be pretty sick. That'd be pretty sick.
Like flesh Dex. I want to flesh everyone out. Like flesh Dex out.
That's true. Flesh them all. Flesh them all out. Yeah, they could do so much, man. They could do, and I hope they do, honestly, right? I feel like this year, just alone, the amount of Star Wars stuff that we've got is insane.
I can't wait.
We've had a lot of back-to-back stuff. We haven't had a long break between Star Wars, which is nice because I know this was. I remember when we were on the show talking about how they were talking about taking a break from Star Wars because they thought it was too much, and now there's a lot, and I just like, yes, bring it on.
Because they gave us the wrong kind of Star Wars.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
Speaking of wrong and right kinds of Star Wars, Derek, with all the Star Wars content that we're getting, actually chat as well, guys. You know,
Yes.
Silverita was actually gonna tackle what I was gonna ask next. Which character do you want to see most in their own live action show that we, you know, either we haven't seen yet or maybe needs more screen time? Maybe someone who is in the expanded universe that is yet to make their presence felt. You know, we mentioned in the past, Derek, Darth Revan would be great, and people have fan casted Keanu Reeves and, you know, all these different actors that could do a great Darth Revan. Do you have someone that, you know, you think would be appreciated these days that could have a good story?
I honestly think I would probably say I would want to say Darth Maul, but no, I actually would love to see some of the Founder Sith series, like maybe just not even the Sith, but maybe Founder stuff, like Darth Plagueis stuff, or go way back, go to Darth Sidious, or excuse me, Darth Sidious, go to Dark. Geez, I can't even remember the
you
name.
Got Darth Bane. You know?
Darth Bane. Thank you. That was exactly what I thought. Darth Bane. Get us how the Rule of Two started, which was, I believe, with Darth Bane. So, you know, and I really just would love to see, basically have them teach everybody like the real, like the back history, like how it all started, kind of.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool, right? It'd be a good way to lore dive too.
Yeah.
Honestly, you can do so much with that. You can start small and then go bigger and bigger and bigger.
I would want to. Okay, two things, not specifically characters. I just want to mention two things I want to see.
Okay.
A Sith Twi'lek with the, you know, red skin and black tattoos all over them, kind of like Maul.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to see that.
Yeah.
And I want to see a non-Sith Zabrak Jedi, kind of like the master of what's her name in the Old Republic, in that cinematic. Oh my gosh.
It's escaping me too.
What's her name? Sean, not Bastila. Basila's granddaughter. Satele Shan.
Satele. Yeah.
The master of her master. Like, I want to see a light-sided Zabrak. You know, horns and all.
I like that. I like that.
Contrast.
I like that a lot.
That's what I want. I want the contrast. I want to see a good Zabrak and a bad Twi'lek that's all tattooed up.
I'd like to change my answer, actually.
Oh, go
I
for
would love to see Darth Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar Binks
We
the
all
cunning.
know. We all know it's true. We all know it to be true. Just give us the meme. Just give it to us. He's so funny they actually did that, right? Like,
The thing I mentioned earlier, where you get different people telling different sides of the story.
Right, Jar Jar, right?
Do that.
He's a Sith Lord.
Dude, like, get one guy be like, I heard a Gungan was the reason behind the Clone Wars.
Oh, you don't know the story of Sith Lord Jar Jar, Sith Lord Binks. Oh, God. Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great, man. I would love that. I honestly would. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I would love all of that, actually, you know?
Yeah.
I can't wait for more storytellers to get their hands on Star Wars. I wouldn't
Same.
mind working my way towards becoming one of those storytellers one day, but yeah, I would love more side stuff, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
More.
Sure. Side stuff, not focus too much on the main story, since like we were talking about earlier with Taika wanting to just do a whole new universe. So keep the side stuff. Just do little side things. Don't have to really go too crazy.
Yeah.
I think just like Mando, like that is perfect explanation, right? Because it does incorporate a lot of the main characters, but it's about a Mandalorian. It's just like, it's great.
Definitely. It really is good. And I think that's what detracts from the Andor series, my excitement for the Andor series, is because I know it just goes back to the main story. I know it just goes back to A New Hope eventually and Rogue One. I want something that doesn't have anything to do with that.
Yeah, right. I actually love Kevin's response too. He says, I need more pilot-centered film or series. I think Top Gun, but Starfighters. I actually think there's one in the works. If I'm not mistaken, I thought we had that news. I don't know. Did they not end up pushing through with that?
It's pushing through next year, and it's... What makes me worried is it's helmed by Patty Jenkins.
Oh yeah, that's right. We
Wonder
did talk
Woman.
about this.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, we did.
Because she
I know,
has
just
a love for planes from her dad,
Right,
supposedly, who was,
right.
I think, an Air Force pilot. But I don't know if she's the one. She could prove us wrong.
That's true. Yeah,
I want her to prove me wrong.
Get all the heads in on this. Get all together. Brainstorm together, sister.
Yeah.
We got this. But I just like imagine Top Gun, but like there was a TIE fighter and or like a X-wing. Oh my god, how sick would that be, man?
We have that Rogue Squadron game or Squadrons game.
Yeah, Squadrons. Yeah,
The cinematics are
that
killer, right? Imagine being someone on the Empire side, thinking you're right. Imagine seeing that point of view, unironically.
Hell yeah.
I would love to.
Dude, same man. Please, we'll pray that's good when it comes out. But yeah, more bounty hunters. Silveria is saying would be great. Yeah,
No.
I agree. The bounty hunter like stories, especially like Cad Bane, just those little characters. They have great backstories. So you can bring in more. Why not? Why not?
Why don't? Yeah, I think. Okay, here's one thing I want, Derek. I'm gonna give. I swear we're gonna give our rating for Obi-Wan
Yes,
right after this.
We're gonna give it.
Here's what I want. You know how they do one episode, like in Love, Death, and Robots? It's one episode. They have this in Star Wars Visions. Every
Visions,
episode
yeah.
is a different storyline.
Right.
Do that, but live action. Get different directors and writers, and tell a different
like
Jedi
that.
story with each
I like that.
one.
I like that. It can even be not even Jedi. Just do other Jedi, Sith, bounty hunter,
Yeah.
smuggler, right? Crime lord. Give us a Jabba episodes.
Yeah.
Why not?
And
Right?
don't,
Like,
don't have it tie together, or do, but don't. Make
I
it
would
natural.
like that.
Make it natural.
I would like that. I like that. That'd be very cool. We haven't had that yet, like a live.
Yeah.
And I feel like that should cost less. No, I don't know. Actually, now I don't know. It's
Give
hard
us
to
the
say.
buddy comedy stormtroopers, or the buddy cop comedy
Yes.
stormtroopers.
Yeah, the two. What was the one of the Love, Death, Robots episodes? Right, it was like 3 robots.
Yeah.
something,
Give
right?
us the droids version of
Give
that.
us two troopers just hanging out, just talking, just chatting.
Give us smugglers, but it's a comedy.
Yeah, make it an interesting spice run, right? Give us more creativity.
Well, yeah, give us Breaking Bad, but in Star Wars. I'd be
That'd be pretty cool. Actually, that'd be pretty awesome.
Right?
Yeah, the possibilities are endless, man.
Yeah.
Like you could go far, far away with the possibilities, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
I'm down for that. See, imagine Shanghai Noon, but in space. Dude,
There you
Shanghai
go.
Moon.
Shanghai moon. Plot twist, it's not a moon.
Oh, that'd be so good. That's
It's like a
moon.
heist about on the Death Star, right? That's no moon. It's just like a story of one of the mini heists that people try to do and just failed miserably because Vader was there and it wasn't Luke, right? That'd be pretty funny.
Well, technically, we still haven't seen the Bothans steal the plans for.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah. Remember, guys, one line could be a whole thing from a series.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that team that stole the Death Star plans turned into Rogue One in one of the greatest movies in the series. Just that one line they took.
Actually,
Crazy.
I take it back. The comedy should be someone giving a life debt to someone, and he does not want the life debt, and that's just like the whole premise is just
I like that.
oh, it's the Odd Couple, but in space.
Right? I would like that. They could do a comedy side on Star Wars. I mean, obviously we have the comedy bits, but yeah, do a more comedy focused thing. That'd be kind of different and interesting. I would give it a shot.
could lead.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh man. Okay, Derek. Let's
the
give
rating.
Our rating. Let's give our rating.
Rating.
What scale should we use on this?
Yes. What scale shall we use?
Okay, I got one. On a scale of 1 to 10 grams of sand,
I like it.
how many would you give Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi?
I'm gonna give it a 9.
A 9.
Yeah, it's high for me. I'm a little more I loved anything Vader. Dude, literally every scene I saw him in, I absolutely adored.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Vader fan. Just his presence, dude. I mean, even in video games, man. If I'm like in a video game, I see Vader, I just think it's the greatest game ever.
I don't blame you.
I just love Hayden too, and honestly, it was a show with two of the main characters of the prequels, excuse me. So there was nothing not to love. I mean, obviously there was things that were, it kind of makes sense, like the branch chasing and stuff, which could hinder my rating. But I think overall, either way, I still enjoyed it. I watched it very happy, and just like the epic feeling, like I was back in the sequels, man. Or excuse me, the prequels. Keep saying sequels. I was back in the prequels. So I a solid 9 for me. Solid 9 grains of sand.
Oh, nice. Okay, you're gonna think I'm harsh here.
Ooh, okay. Hit me.
I'm gonna start with the last episode.
Oh, okay.
I'm giving that a 9 out of 10 grains of sand, grams of sand, grains of sand. All right, it's good. It's what the series could have revolved around, and would have been more interesting if they gave us more scenes about, directly about Kenobi, without the B plot, Kenobi and Vader and his PTSD and all of that stuff. But they wanted to tell more of the buildup of Leia. They wanted to do the backdoor pilot with Reva, and tell us about the rebellion, and Ice Cube's son somehow makes it into space. I'm okay with that, but I wasn't sure what they wanted to tell us until that final episode.
That time. That's a good point.
Which is totally fine, because again, more Star Wars is okay with me. But because it was kind of uneven, and they gave us a lot of great bits, like Vader keeping a lot of those living people as trophies, or dead people as trophies, all that stuff. A lot of chilling stuff. But I wish we could have focused on something. Sure, Obi-Wan was present throughout, but it was, there was a lot of Leia that I think could have been dialed back a little bit, and would have made the story a little more compact.
That's a good point. That makes sense. I like that.
Yeah, but I love the series overall. More is better.
I like what you said about the PTSD too. I feel like we got more of like that. It would have been nice to see that, him struggling. Could have done that.
Because
we got to make a Star Wars version of that PTSD, post-traumatic Skywalker disorder. Oh God, that's it right there. That's it right there, because literally it's Vader that just fits everything, dude.
It's like Han just pacing around a ship. Chewie.
Oh God.
Like but anyway, the season as a whole, like brother. The season as a whole.
Season as a whole.
I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. Really good.
Fair enough.
Overall, still really good. I feel like a lot of the story they told could have been somewhere else, but I get how productions work, where you have your chance to get eyes on these characters like Leia and Reva and all that, and you got to take your shot, because you don't know when you'll get to. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
But it didn't enhance the overall product, especially when you're coming in wanting Obi-Wan. This isn't Masters of the Universe. This isn't Rebels. This was Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it needed to be more focused on Obi-Wan himself. So at the end of the day,
that's true.
Great product.
I like what you said about the Obi-Wan thing. That's a good point. I didn't really see it was called Obi-Wan. It should have been more on Obi-Wan, but it was kind of him helping other people more than him. It's kind of a shared,
which is part of his thing. It's part of his deal.
I agree.
But kind of detracted. Maddox in the chat saying 6 or 7. CGI in some scenes seemed off and very noticeable. That's a very fair criticism. When you notice the CGI, that's when you know it wasn't polished, right?
Right.
Because the funny thing is, 90% of the show is CGI.
Right.
When you notice something off, then that's definitely something they didn't have time to spend on it, because everything else seamless. Like they shot in the volume and everything. They shot in that space that they normally shoot in for Mandalorian. So I totally get that. But they did a great job, and I think overall it's a welcome experience that makes me want more Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi, and makes me want more Hayden Christensen as
I think also another route they can take it, as I was saying, they could honestly do 2 different spin-offs with just them on their own, because I know Obi-Wan has a lot of, like I said, side stuff too, where he fights off a lot of bounty hunters just trying to get to Luke even in his adolescent years, like as a young teen. You could do that, but honestly, if they ended it here, it's fine. I mean, they ended him in the same area where they found Ben, right? So I mean, it's not a bad place to leave it. But then again, if they want to expand, like we said, more Star Wars is never bad.
And such a fantastic way to end, seeing Qui-Gon Jinn.
Oh my god, dude! Yeah, well, I thought, dude, I don't know if you noticed, but I kind of like, you could see the footprints in the sand before he got there. There was like a second set. Yeah, and I was like, oh my god! I was like, wait, is someone there? And I was like, oh my god, he's there.
Would a Force Ghost leave footprints though?
That's actually a good point. That's a good point. But there was definitely 2 sets of footprints. Like,
that's hilarious.
Maybe, yeah. I was like, I don't know if you can maybe find it, but dude, it was I was like, oh my god. Oh, maybe it was just the sand and I just got broke. No, maybe. No, maybe.
Either way, it's all magical.
Either way, it was fantastic. Right, we were all wondering when he learned, right? Because then he learns at some point that if you strike him down, he'll be stronger than ever. So it's like, when are you gonna realize this? And Qui-Gon was there. Thank God they got back Liam Neeson too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and to end, like, I like that Qui-Gon shows up at the end, telling him he's ready, and not as, you know, the cliche motivational while he's buried under all the rocks. You can do it, Qui-Gon. You could do it, Obi-Wan.
Yes,
you could do
it. Yes.
This is your you know, make him earn it. make him earn seeing the Force Ghost. I like that.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Derek, with all that being said and done, it's time for us to hit and run. You know, thank you everyone for
thank you guys
for tuning in on this Tuesday. You know,
we appreciate it. Yeah, sorry for the surprise live here, everybody, but hopefully you enjoyed it.
Yeah, sorry not sorry, because I enjoyed thoroughly, Derek. All right, that's it, man. We're gonna end the show here. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Appreciate you all. Sensei, anything you want to add before we say our farewells?
You know what I want to say is, I know there's a lot of hate, or not really a lot of hate. I know there's a lot of people who may not have watched this, and if you're listening, and I know it's hard not to come across people's point of views. I mean, you might be listening to us and haven't watched the show yet, right?
Yeah.
I would say take everything. I always like to say, never take anyone's word for certain. Just see for yourself and see if you like it, because I know there's a lot of bad things going about this, but I think overall it was a great show, and I think Harold can agree with me. Despite everything wrong, give it a shot, guys. It's Star Wars. If you love it, if you're a Star Wars fan, you're gonna find something to love for sure.
That's right, guys. You can check more of our stuff out on
please.
YouTube and Twitch. Here, at Quit Stalling. Find our stuff on Facebook at Quit Stalling Us, Twitter at Quit Stalling Us, and of course on Instagram at Quit Stalling. Sensei, where can the folks at home find you when you're not on the Quit Stalling Geekcast?
You guys can find me at Sense of Humor on Twitch. However, I am in the process of moving, so I'm not sure when I'm going to go live again. It should be, thankfully, next week, but we should be back on the show next week for another episode recap of something else. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, you guys find me there on Twitch. I'm also on YouTube at Sense of Humor, and my Twitter, which is Sense of Humor _ But other than me, where can they be find? I love it, Harold. Where can we find you, baby?
Y'all can catch me at Herald Plays on Twitter and on Instagram. But mostly on at Quit Stalling. Stalling. Oh man, it's been a tiring week for both of us, but you know, we've enjoyed.
Yeah,
we've enjoyed ourselves. Silverera saying what took us so long to come back. And
it was the I wanted to give some suspense, you know. A little suspense for the listeners, maybe. No, I was very sad there. Obi-Wan got surprisingly a lot of negative comments, to be honest. Like, from what I've seen anyways. Yeah, like, if anything, it's as equal as the good stuff, which is surprising because it's Obi-Wan. So that's why I was kind of like, well, you know, if you're tuning in and you're just wondering another opinion, I'd say just go watch the first couple episodes and you'll see for yourself. But Yeah, we appreciate everybody in chat though, guys. So Silveria and I'm gonna go back here to
Maddox, BMO,
Raj, yeah, Kevin, BMO, DZ, thanks for stopping in, Notorious,
Skirtso.
Love hearing you guys' opinions, man. We love them sharing ideas and hearing similar thoughts. Please, always do it. Always do it.
All right, well, that's it from us. We'll see you guys next week. Derek, take us away.
Yes. All right, guys. Again, thank you so much. We love you guys more than anything.
Oh,
before I go, Aaron27 with the sub. Thank you so much for the sub.
you.
We love it. We appreciate you. You're the best. Sadly, you just caught us at the end, but don't fret. We'll be back next week.
Yes.
Same bat time, same bat channel. And until then, get off your butts and may the force be with you.
Obi-Wan! Oh man, good stuff. Oh, I love that stuff. So we got.
I know. I'm glad that. I mean, I'm glad that it was shortened, but also sad.
Yeah.
Right? They did a good. It's good to end things. 6 episodes is pretty short, but
really is, man.
Good amount. Yeah, it is.
But yeah, you could tell that they could have, they could have either tightened it up a bit more or just given us more stuff. I want more.
Yes, same. We want more.
I forgot to ask you. You think that you think Reva is worth another series on her own? I feel like I think she had
good character development. I mean, I'll be honest. Like even her twist that got me. I didn't think that was gonna happen.
I'm bringing him to you.
Yeah, I thought it was more like kind of what they were hinting at. She just wants to take Obi-Wan in for herself and get the
the credit,
the credit and get the rank. But I love that twist. And you gotta love Star Wars for the good twist, right? The good. You think one thing and nope, totally wrong. Was this all along?
Oh yeah.
So I do appreciate it. I did appreciate that. I would love to see more like Inquisitor stuff too. Honestly, I know Vader actually doesn't. From what I've seen and read before, anyways, Vader's not a huge fan of the Inquisitors, but I think it was kind of little lightly foreshadowed when they were like the Inquisitor was telling Vader, "No, we should go over here, chase this guy." He's like, "No, we're follow Obi-Wan."
Yeah, like he's really...
Obi-Wan's got his sights on great things, as you can see.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I think she'd be better off in like an ensemble thing and not on her own.
Yeah. Kind of cool to see her like making a cameo, like she's helping out, right? She's trying to like atone for her bad stuff. Maybe she'll help out someone later. You never know. You
never know. Well, yeah, that's it. We're gonna wrap up, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you, guys. Yes, again, appreciate everybody.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.